Hello, Warriors, traders. It's 11 a.m. EST. It's time for Mike and me, and we had the Consumer Pain Index out showing less pain. A pretty good number regarding inflation, Mike. I wanted to update you on what I'm thinking here in TLT,
Please.
and of course, here's TMF. The
You
little
put me in the trade.
triple.
401.
I
Major winner.
would book half. I think we're completing here a little over 90. Maybe it has another day or so, but I'd expect a pullback after this rally and then another wave to the upside.
Oh,
And I
beautiful.
think the pullback could be back down towards 86, maybe even into the gap here,
I can see
Mike.
it.
So
Definitely.
anyway, that's the way I'm looking at that. The dollar's getting hammered. When the dollar's bad, you could get long the world. That's what's happening right now. Dixie really under severe pressure. Uh, this surprised me a little bit. I'm still looking for one more push to the upside in the dollar, and we're getting close to lines in the sand. I'm going to go with this 50-week moving average at 103.60. That's still another 100 um, back
Coach,
from
can I ask
here.
something? I don't mean to interrupt the momentum. It is a
Yep.
good question. Why do you use a lot of people like Larry Lantentelli? Why do you use the 50? A lot use the 40. Why the 50? And I've heard it
Uh,
before.
you know, uh, I, I don't have a reason, just something I've used and
Right. And it works for
just
you, just like the
comfortable.
vortex.
Comfortable. I'm sure the 40's as good or better. I haven't done screens on moving averages to optimize them for different markets. It's just, I would say I do it because most people do.
Well, it's just
And
like some golf pros use Titleist, some use Bridgestone. They're
yeah,
both at high levels. I'm just curious what the difference between the 40 and the 50. I've heard
yeah.
it. I'm just curious if I didn't get to be too micro. I was just curious.
Okay, well, anyway, that's my line in the sand. You look at Euro, and on my streams, I said we could go to 108. Um, but we're through it, and 108 and a half or so is halfway back from this decline. You're looking at a weekly chart. So the dollar really has to dig in its heels um, between here and 109, or I guess, the correction in the dollar is over and, the euro's on its way to 120, 130. It's definitely what's moving everything has been yields, Mike. And,
I know. It
we
always
had,
has been. It has been for a lot. It used to be a gamma squeeze.
yeah,
Coach, it's yet to be determined if people are off sides or I don't know if it's fundamental or sentiment yet. You know what I mean?
I think it's got to be that combination of, a lot of shorts. You talked about CTAs, that's part of it. And then we're coming up towards the end of the year, and they're like you've been saying for months correctly. Most people are underinvested, which is not as bad as being short. Just means you missed it. Doesn't mean you lost money missing it.
Yeah, but the
And
majority of
so
these. I'm sorry.
so
Go
now
ahead.
we have this performance anxiety going into the end of the year, where
That's
if
true.
we
Well,
fin
it's so
if
well put. Well
yes.
put.
So these guys that were the wrong way, I'm glad I don't have their jobs, are going to have a hard time stopping redemptions if they're not at least performing with the S&Ps on a yearly basis. So that could be part of it. And everyone thinks rates are done going up forever. And, I could see how that's possible. Even the yen is rolling over, which has a pretty tight correlation
Good,
to the
good point.
dollar. We're
That's
starting to
what
get a
Tim
little
Tim follows that a lot. Likes to
okay.
trade
Well,
that there.
yeah, it may have peaked here. So gold,
I like
you
that pair.
know, gold's acting great, Mike.
I had a nice pop. I sold half. I'm going to reevaluate to see if it's actually fundamental or FOMO. I only bought the golds because the CTA positioning. I took a shot. If the number
yeah,
went the other way, I thought it would have been a washout. Maybe they would have covered, and then I would have had to make a nice trade just to make back some losses. At the very best, try to hope to break even. But now it put me in a little bit of an upper position where I can reevaluate without being I can reevaluate. And I'm
Yeah,
looking for
yeah.
your opinion,
It's
basically.
when you book profits psychologically, it puts you in a strong position
That's what I did.
because if you like it and it comes back on you, you're recommitting with profits, and if it keeps going, you're still there anyway.
Well, regardless of what the sector is, coaches told you how to build profits or protect them.
So
Profit.
the gold really doesn't surprise me that we're bouncing off this, but the silver did surprise me, and
Look
it
at
all came.
MEM.
Yeah, so I think that we had this breakdown at 2240, and then we had a little reversal day, so I gave it another day, and then it just exploded. So people probably want to know, what am I going to do here with silver? And I bought physical at 21, but I'm still not long shares. I didn't catch alongside of futures. And I just keep looking at these shares. Like, for example, Mike, let's go to like GDX before today's action. Look at this.
No,
So,
coach. And
yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
I thought we'd get one more low. Now it looks like, we have a turn. But there's a lot of golds that don't look great. And the silver, the silver stock that looks the best I've been talking about for a while is Fortuna. See, that's come out of here. Whereas like Endeavor made new lows on earning, trying to fight its way back. And AG is holding this wedge and, looks okay now. SILJ made new lows. So what I liked about Fortuna is that it wasn't making new lows while the other ones were.
And you know what? It was taking some option flow, coach. And we mentioned this last week when it was the segue into the MUX trade. It was taking option flow.
Gosh, I wish I would have known about that. So I probably missed it in the room. So I didn't know that they were going into Fortuna. How far out they going? January, March, and what strike? $4, 350. Do you remember?
Yeah, I thought five.
$5?
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
fact. Four and a half and
Okay.
five. Now that you bring it up, I was typing something.
Okay. So I like that. I've shown people the long-term look on Fortuna that we have this big rectangle, right? And 2 has been the base, and 10 has been the top, and uh, I guess I tried to be too perfect to buy it at 78.6 back, but it looks pretty good, and I think eventually we'll get up to here. So these guys buying $5 calls looks
That looks like it's
viable.
right.
Looks like it could be right. So
I like
there
that,
you
coach.
go on what I'm looking at, Mike. It's all about yields coming off dramatically and the dollar weakening. When the dollar's weak, you could buy everything.
And that's what they're doing. If I'm not even going to
Yeah,
sign onto my screen yet
yeah.
because I'm not going to point anything out. I have too
Oh,
much.
okay.
No, I am going to know. Please show me. I'm going to go into TradeGATEHub, which basically has everything else except my positions.
Okay, go
Uh,
ahead.
pardon me. Share screen. By the way, this is the longest I've had my hair in a long, long time. I digress. My wife's away for a week, and it's been the best week of my career. No, I'm being facetious.
It's been the biggest move that I've seen in
Yeah,
years
she went to see Pete
directionally.
in North Carolina. She's with a bunch of her friends. And if she's not, I just hope the guy she with has more money than I am, so at least I can hedge myself.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, let's get into TG Trade View Markets. By the way, things I've been here, one of the founding people, if you will, or I think I have liberty to say this. I've been here a long time, and trade. I've never seen, and or I'll probably say this another month or maybe 6 months from now. I'll probably be redundant. It's never seen so much more high level activity going all around the world. Our Dubai Expo, where we gave away actually a fraction of a little bit of gold to attract. You got to go to our social media. Really amazing what's going on. And I can take some time to digress because there's always another trade. But our booth in Dubai, Tim and all the majority of the executives, sans myself, are on our way to a London Expo for the booth. I'm holding things down on the equity side. Mike Lombardo is also doing both. I don't know how he does it. And I'm not placating. But we got a lot going on. It's an exciting. And you know what? The segue into what I'm about to say is I've been saying this past week, I've been very empirical, algorithmic. Yes, the CPI number was good, obviously, to some extent. I'll leave the dissemination to the pros later, like yourself. I leave that, I'm judging price action and volume right now. So I'm just going to get into what's going on. So I really don't even. I'm just trading and disseminating. I'm trading and disseminating later. I'll go into TradeGATEHub this morning. But what I will say is this: when the CPI was acting the way it was, and obviously the rates were abated, and there's a great guy. Pre-market companies with the largest debt are going to really move, given the move in rates this morning. And you could. This was an hour ago, whatever, maybe 2 hours ago. Actually, this is old. Every stock here is up
because
percent.
they're getting all kinds of
Carvana,
relief.
the short squeeze as well. Carvana, Affirm, Snap, EMPH. I was the only one in America buying EMPH at this freaking 72. Tesla, CTL, Chewy, VFC is up. I think VFC is up even more. VFC, I think, is up 18, 20%. So we're back in the stage again. Everybody's either off position or short. Is a binary move. Now, what are we going to wait to see if these things settle? But you know what? You didn't have to, because as we go into TradeGATEHub here and even go into our stock page, stocks that were acting still well, they're acting. I've been pounding the table. And by the way, I wasn't splitting the atom on D-Dog. I mean, this is what Datadog. Where's our chart here? Let's go to a 2-hour chart. All right, 2-hour chart. There's something on D-Dog that was flagging above a gap. Amazon's approaching yet again 52-week highs. What else is ripping? I mean, I'm so
What did
Disney.
what isn't
How'd you go
ripping?
Disney making the move now. Everything is like that.
Everything.
That those, as you would say, those drives, it needs rest. I don't care if they make widgets, oil, UNG, whatever. I don't care what the chart does. That's sexy trading to me going forward. I don't care what. I don't even care what the market does going forward. That to me, Disney, beautiful. What don't even care it does. What else am I looking at? Oh, an APP stock like this, or what else? Even a stock like LI, Gap Britain, or an MU. Forget about it. Okay, AMD, same thing. Nevada hit my 500. I sold half of it today. Fact. One of my better holds. Hit
That's
500.
great.
All right, I'll reposition, whatever. But there's great trading ahead for me. Yes, I'm going to sit down with a cup of tea and Tony Pistachio and see what the CPI does. I'll watch Kramer and I'll act smart and look at all the news channels. But for right now, I'm trading volume and price action. That's basically what I do best. I just wish the VIX was higher. God forbid the VIX was. I mean, that's why it's ironic, not ironic for me as a trader, starting from resonating. I don't want to take over this webcast, if you will, but it comes down from what I started as a day trader. My best acumens are entry and exit points, or actually entry points, because it used to be predicated on market makers and volume. So with the VIX this low, I knew that there weren't going to be a lot of reversals. If they were going to open up, they probably weren't going to drift up, because the VIX is so, they're not buying any protection. There are very few reversals after they make that sort of binary route. You're not going to see AMD maybe reverse today, unless this is a capitulation or some sort of sell the news event. I'm aware of it in the market. We do have a lot of Fed speak. We have some numbers coming up, but the majority of moves have already showed their hand. They're sitting now.
We'll see if
They're
what
sitting with
PPI does tomorrow.
they're sitting with volume. Now, JP Morgan, our best of breed, we're in it, thank God. The big daddy, Goldman bullish, flagging in every possible way now. And by the way, we're going to, what is that, a month? 120, what is that? 123 to 340?
Yeah. I
There you go.
think that's no, I don't think it's 123.
No, I
I
don't
think
know.
that's volume. It was 290.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
That is
The
volume,
banks look
Coach. I
great.
apologize.
Find something that doesn't look great. How about oils? They
Oh,
participate in XLE.
actually, Chevron, insider buying left and right.
Okay.
Exxon insider. By the way, I'll answer your question. They're bearish. And by the way, insiders, as we know, and by the way, I love using these TradeGATEHub charts. And by the way, all you can do, I digress. Let's look at top US gainers. Percentage change. We don't use enough amenities on this. And Tim made a commitment or wants to get better. And here's percentage changes for the day. I'm in a couple of these. How you doing? But let's look at Exxon. You know, insiders are usually early, 6 months early. I get it. You know, probably goes lower before it goes higher. But you know, there's and that's the reason why the VIX is still low, coach. Or else Exxon
Uranium.
would be 120. CCJ was a profit taking today. I get it.
Okay.
Rotation.
Yeah. That's going to be a nice break to buy.
Absolutely.
Someday.
Well, it was the last time the Fed did this. This was Fed. This was Fed move.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's part of it's an energy play. Okay, so
Yeah, it is an
in a way, I mean, you know, it's you know, the use for uranium is for, you know, nuclear power plants,
Everybody
and
was a
they have new
complaint.
technology, so it's an energy play.
Right. It's basically it's what Kramer would say. It's an own it, don't trade it. If you want
Okay,
to. No?
okay, okay. DraftKings,
Yeah, same thing.
that's a
People are
nice
why
chart.
DraftKings is down today, blah, blah, blah. I mean, come on, stocks. Look what the stock actually went positive again today. Look, they tried to shake out the usual rip and dip. And then here's the stock again. It's one of the strongest stocks on the board. I wouldn't be surprised they start taking profits.
I think I saw in the room that you were nibbling at a few shorts. You still have them?
I have some. I don't know where they're. I'll tell you what my shorts are. Oh, A&F. I had, but by the way, because it was the strongest going up, and I think it's going to be some sort of reversion to the mean. I'm shorted at like 69.62. 69.05. Here's today's chart on A&F. I did get sort of the high. As a matter of fact, it just rallied the bastard. I got it off the high. I'm not going to say I'm going to walk away and go on vacation, but this is the move the stock has made.
I think that's a nice shot, Mike.
Well, it's only because it's been. I think it's going. You know, that's why I took a little bit off of Mega, a little bit off, because it's a dog day. You know, it's a dog day. Here you go, Scrivana making one of those binary moves. It's a dog day. I'm aware of that. You know, once maybe the shorts abate or we have more clarity. First of all, the number one thing is I'm going to go to the option guys and know what they're doing, and that's what I'm actually going to do now because we should be doing it, but C, curiosity is killing me. If I can still share the screen again, here's another implication. I'm not getting all bulled up. I have some nice winners and runners. I want to see if I really, you really want to make the money on backing it up, not just get a giddy that you made some little money getting right into a CPI and having some winners that you probably wouldn't short anyway. I'll call it what it is. Top insider buys. They're buying in Square left and right. It's acting great now. Square bottom. ExxonMobil, I pointed it out before. Square. Square again. Square. SEDG. So they're buying some of the dogs. So let me go to some other things. Smart money. This is on the Jesus feed. Smart money is now a believer. They're buying a little bit. Smart money is in the blue, and they've been sellers to this point. They're late. It's yet to be determined what they're going to buy. I highly doubt it's Mega. Yet to be determined. We'll keep you posted on TGH.
Maybe we could be at new all-time highs by Thanksgiving.
Well,
the way at this
Uber,
pace.
Uber, another one.
We put on 400 handles in a little over 2 weeks.
Let me get to what the wise guys are doing here because
I think a lot of people be careful now. I think a lot of people are going to feel like geniuses. And, you know, they were on the precipice over 2 weeks ago. They were on the verge of blowing up. And so the market came back for them in a historic way. And you feel like you're a genius. Don't get hubris. And it's not the house's money, it's your money. Protect it.
That's why.
So,
okay, go ahead. Sorry, Coach.
Go ahead.
One of the best lessons you can ever say, no apology, is that's the way I think the reason market's going up. It's the syndrome where you've held it for so long and you've gone through so much pain where you're just happy to be back in the game and take some money off and then reposition it when those very stocks that you probably took the pain in will probably keep going up and you're going to be like, listen, I bought this thing like a DraftKings or a Chewy or a whatever it might be, you know, one of those things. So I'm aware of it. I'm just looking for what the wise guys are doing. RKT, mostly junk names in China, currently seeing call side. They're right here. Okay.
Okay.
What else? D
because
Dog looks like
they
some
haven't
roll in
really
there.
they
D
haven't really
Dog,
gone yet. Yeah.
yeah, D Dog. I brought
Okay.
it up 19 times. Bank of America, I brought it up in TradeGate. I already posted it. They're taking some money off the table. Every time it runs up, the 8 and the 9er, it's extended. I don't blame them, but yet it's a breather. I've been posting this many times. I don't have a position in many of them. JP Morgan, I have the best of breed of, and what else do? I have a little fast, and uh they're still the most underowned for some time now, Coach. They are,
Yeah,
and they
their
would.
fundamentals are lousy. That's why.
But that's change. Obviously, it can change on a dime.
Well,
Bank of America,
some interest rate pressure came off.
City, they're still
Yeah.
pressing it into January. There you go, boom, and
Okay.
City bullish, still January. Key, possible put sell. Key Corp. They don't care what they're doing in Key Corp. They're getting in Key Corp, a bank. CCL, the buying,
And
so
I think that's a regional, so that's interesting.
it is.
They're
I
buying
see.
the
I
regionals.
think I saw this Wells Fargo City Corp. They're backing up, Coach, and that one worked. They gave you the shake and bake. Could have been all over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Exxon, there's KRE. Shorts getting squeezed and hedging. This is at 11:04. It's 11:30.
Yeah.
Where are
Yeah.
they going? So you know what? No, nobody's making that Google leap bet at the bottom so that some genius did like a year ago. Remember that guy that pounded Google at the low that you wanted to see sometime? But they're taking advantage of offsides with Novembers and some Decembers. Not the March bomb that guy had for Citibank at the low. They're taking advantage of offside positioning regionals. So that's what
Yeah.
they're doing. It's yet to be determined. But I'm a trader. I leave that to you, the professionals, to disseminate the longer term. I'm being facetious, but right now I don't have time to
Yeah.
be.
Don't leave it to me anymore.
Why?
Because, make a comment. As far as macro, what you're doing is perfectly okay. You really don't need to have a narrative the way to trade. Okay, the narrative is for people that really are long term, looking for inflection points that are rare, that don't happen all the time. So I think that what you're doing is just trading price, and that's what most people should do. Anyone could talk about macro with a cocktail in their hand. It doesn't mean they can make money, right?
I understand that, but I would, Coach. Listen, let's get down to its essence. We might leave that way, and I'm trying to let any other trader with me, including Alexis, is going. I'm in the middle. I'm in purgatory. I know too much on the macro side. I know too much on the empirical side. I wish I didn't know much on the macro side. I'd be a machine. I wouldn't care.
You
I
are
would
a
be.
machine. I've watched you. I want a pint of blood.
No, well,
So anyway, I want to congratulate you on a great period and being able to participate in what has been an historic advance in a compressed time period, one that I haven't seen in a long time. And price and your style kept you in this. You didn't have first daylight syndrome, where you're getting hurt and now you're even. Oh, okay, I'm getting out. I'm even. Then you see, like you were talking about, the market really reward you.
you want to
So
appreciate that, Coach. And by the way,
yeah,
not
nice
to play,
work.
we'll talk off camera, but if anybody's a fan of TGH and watching this, even if you watch one episode, you can understand the sincerity. But I will tell you to the position why I stayed solvent. Not that it was never an issue. As a matter of fact, not to be dramatic, and I can be. The worse I do, the more they back me, because it's an anomaly if I do badly, and I'm lucky for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
It's, so
Yeah.
what I'm saying is I didn't play the indices. You know what I mean? I played my positions. If I averaged down, which I really didn't, to be honest, if I played the indices, I wouldn't have been able to play the stock selection more. And what we were saying is the sentiment was overbought on stock wise, but if I don't know if I can go back to TGH for a second, there were record shorts in hedge funds in individual stocks. Now I wasn't being hypocritical. I never am. I wasn't playing stocks just for short squeezes. I was still well aware of the rotation. For example, the IWM had rotation, still does. Now it's above the 50-day. So yet again, I had some mega caps that I was liquidating on the way up. Did I get the top? No, the video I might have top ticked for a portion. Big deal. Might still go up. But I was aware of the positions at the time. I wasn't, listen, gold, a sands of gold, I got a little bit lucky. Hold on, lucky. I had the position in grasp. It wasn't down that much. I was down much more. I was down more money in other positions, but this one bothered me because if it could, I was in control of everything. Sans a binary number would happen. It was a little bit out of my control. And I repositioned, like I said at the beginning of the video. But I didn't average down. I wasn't playing in this season. That was because I knew that hedge funds were record short in individual names. And like I said, I wasn't playing stocks for hedge fund shorts. I was aware of the rotation that was playing on in the stocks that I was in. I was aware. I had a plan. Sharpie's net positioning and futures, they're still short. So it boiled down to risk to reward. It also boiled down to me being a concentrator to a degree, having a thick skin, saying there was no way I would be short this stock, even if it was parabolic. Because, I've been on the other side,
Yeah.
and I know that the big parts of the move, especially into a binary number, which seems like it, I know how they close. Well, the last part was, you always say 1,000 times, Coach, the last part is the biggest part, the run up. So that's what I tried to do. But I never played the
Yeah, I
indices.
mean, it wasn't easy staying with NVIDIA from, what was it, 480 to, what was it?
No,
480, it broke $100 before it turned.
Yeah, we can go right to TGH right here. But you know what is the best of breed? I knew what I was buying. Yeah, NVIDIA. Yeah, that was
Put the daily up and you could see it.
It is.
And everyone called it a head and shoulders stop. Is that the daily?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so really doesn't
Optic.
go out far enough.
So
Anyway,
so the bottom line is, for a trader, a stock like NVIDIA, it's going to wash up between 485. It's going to bounce around. She had to be determined if it ever, makes those other type of moves. In the meantime, we look at the VIX, we see if the oil is acting properly. Some of the high flyers, we want the mega caps to pull back. You need it. It's healthy. It's part of, this is what it's a profound statement, if I can. It's bull market activity to see NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Amazon pull back. Believe me on that.
Okay. So the bull market's resumed with great fervor. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to have to bring Dave H. Contrarian back for a victory lap. And it's amazing how quickly you did it. Really is amazing to me. So I'm glad that you caught the bond trade and everything else, Mike. Nice work. And
the bond trade was a plan. It was when things were at their worst, short term, and they were, Coach. The team. It was to put you in the game and focus on a rotational product that, when it moves in a direction, will broaden out other products.
Yeah.
It's not like you're saying, I'll buy Apple, the best of breed, and the megas. It was a real it was such a macro to the range was so macro to micro within that one trade that you had to be in it.
Yeah. Okay. So nice trading. What do you want to wrap it with?
I don't know. I'm going to watch your video again, and not that you put out. And I'm going to go and look at stocks that are breaking high. Yes, volume. I'm going to go on TGH and see what has earnings tonight. This is what day is this? Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll see what's Tuesday. So I'll see. I'm yet to be determined if I'm not having any trepidation, short-term trading or long-term trading, because the long-term trading, like the mega and the banks that were taking good flow, like Citi and JP Morgan, the stocks that I should have in the fund are acting, or at least behaving. In short term, I'll be up all night. If I could, I would, and not being suffocated by it. It's the opportunity. You wait for these.
So when do you go to London?
I'm not going.
Oh,
I'm not going. I was never asked to go, and I think that's the fact that they. Listen, if they wanted me to go anywhere, the team wanted me to walk, I'd start walking to London. It's how we are, TradeView. That's why a few turnover, no turnover.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that everybody lets me do my thing. And a great part of TradeView is they know what I'm very good at and they let me do it. And that's part of the freedom of trade. I'm not pitching for it. That's all I've been here. I could be wherever I want at my age. I'm not going to lie. That's why I'm here.
Okay, bro. All right. Again, check Mike's workout daily in our main room and on his stock page. And if you can ride a wave like him, you're going to have a great career. So don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Great work, Mike. Congratulations. And
You
I'll
too,
see you on
Coach.
Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll see you a little bit after. Look at this. I'll see you after, Coach. It's an honor, right? I'm looking forward to. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
All right. Cheers.
So good luck, everyone.
Cheers.
Adios.
Have a plan.